about the Department of Education decision, and that what's been decided about the Department of Education, it was decided it falls under the rubric of the executive branch, and that they will therefore have all say over it. So if they want to get rid of a bunch of people in the education department, if they want to change its makeup, this, that, and the other, they can do so. More and more, this is becoming this thing that while some people, I'm sure there's a degree to which there's this worry about, but the executives becoming, this is kind of the completion of this imperial executive that both Bush and then Obama quite clearly agreed with the idea and the practice. But what ends up coming of it is that, this is when the people have elected somebody that, as the executive, they want these departments that are under the executive to behave a certain way. That's got to happen. And on top of that, the executive has complete power and then auditing them and overseeing them, being that it's under the executive's branch. Now the thing is, all of a sudden it becomes, wait, no, there's all these people from all these other branches that have to step in and start doing stuff to tell the executive, though this is under your branch, you have no say over it, but you're elected. Like, as an individual, you actually had to have so much of the electorate on your side, the way that works, that you would therefore have to be very, very popular, or rather popular. So I started really working through this, and so what it comes down to is, it's just like in school when we were younger, that what's happening is, it's a shame, because you would think it would be more noble in a way. But what we end up having is this problem of this, no, it's vanity and little else. It's actually, you kind of wish it was more. What's happening on the left is now this kind of failure that's like a failure of character. That, like most parents, when they look at their children, they would rather their children not have this kind of failure of character. That they want to be popular in some way, shape, or form. They had this opportunity at like kind of being king of popularity or queen of popularity. But what they did caused people to say, well, okay, I could see that you clearly want to be popular, but I mean, that's not why we would like you. We would like you because you have likable qualities. So now that I'm walking through this, I'm like thinking like, this is just even worse. The more I think about it, the more I try to walk through the logic of it. So what you end up having now is kind of this sort of crisis of the culture that's being shown through some of the kind of political stuff going on. And one of the key things is, you're really unpopular, and this guy's super popular, and it's killing you inside. Something inside you is dying because this guy is clearly more popular than you. This one guy. And then it becomes the thing of, and even though it's represented in this one personage that's more popular than you and better liked, the thing that must hurt is he was widely chosen for his popularity and how much people liked him more than you. I mean, just the more I kind of think of like you spread it out across spread the butter out across the toast, and you see, and you see all the nooks and crannies that it goes into. It's like an English muffin with nooks and crannies. I used to love those. See, English muffin, what you do is you get two different preserves, and you get butter. You get the English muffin, and so what you have is you have butter on, but then you have it open faced. You have two different preserves. That's great. That was a bit of English breakfast tea. That's the way you do it. Oh, the ducks are hanging out. Look at that, all lined up, hanging out. One of them's fiddling around, playing around, having some fun. That's great. Yeah, it's all hanging out, feeling ducky, just feeling ducky. That's right. So so I started to think about, there's people that they kind of more and more recently came to MAGA, America First, stuff like that. Oh, somebody else is joining the crew. It's like, man, oh man, it sure is hot. What are you guys doing? And so, you are out here doing kettlebell swings. Holy shit. Oh, you and your kid. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God. Let's see if you probably can't even pick up the motion. But yeah, that is somebody doing high kettlebell swings. Freaking awesome. That's a kid or his girlfriend. Dope. They might be doing snatches, high-speed snatches. Huh. Yep, and the other one, they keep going. Keep going. Doing it on the left now. Right on. Yeah, they're high-speed snatches. Yeah, they're doing a volume of oxygen training. Doing the Viking training, Viking style. VO2 max. That's dope. Okay. Or speed snatches. You see that every so often. That there'll be like kind of a new, like people get back into it. And you gotta walk it off, dude. You can't sit. No sitting. Not allowed to sit. It's against the rules of the Russian kettlebell. Then you have to rust your kettlebell if you sit down between sets. But anyway. Yeah, this is totally this is awesome. That's so awesome. All right, anyway. Okay. So, one of the saddest parts about it is Democrats didn't have a problem with popularity. This was really something that if they had abandoned a lot of, if they had sort of abandoned kind of the approach or how people felt about the phoniness that they picked up with Barack Obama toward the end, they had dropped a lot of stuff about race, it would be way ahead. It just wouldn't be a problem. They would be doing great. BLM sunk them. I knew it was going to be a weight around their neck. I knew it was going to sink them. It was something that just at a certain point, like once you picked up on like that people would tire of it and everything, because and it was that thing that came out of not American Nations. Oh, not Hayek. Oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting who it was. But the person who, I'm sorry, it was Hoffer in True Believer. And how he's like, most people just can't maintain political fervor because they have normal lives. They want to have happy, normal lives. So the politics is this weird realm of complaint and unhappiness. Hence why one side has the saying make the personal political and the political personal. Go to Thanksgiving dinner and start talking about how much you hate Trump, and stuff like that. While with the right, they see it as politics, because it's transitory and people change positions. I mean, like the Democrats being this incredible kind of definitive of this. Where all of a sudden I did things that they absolutely, like, you just can't expect that they would ever be like that. Or things like how tariffs and dealing with the illegal immigration problem was a Democratic Party thing, and that the Republicans didn't do anything or drag their feet, or would just be kind of, yes, illegal immigration, oh yeah, so bad. And then they would have a bunch of cocksucker libertarians come along and be like, oh, but how much do you want to spend for things, and stuff. And so it was really good that eventually along comes this thing of the genuine right-wing people, because the democratization of information via the internet. What ends up happening? You have all these right-wing fellas, pipe fitters and pipe hitters. From the pipe fitters to the pipe hitters, let's just put it that way, saying, no, these people are totally on welfare. What are you fucking talking about? I'm working class. I know they're on welfare. I do this, that, or the other thing, and I see they're getting this, they're getting that. People are like, you don't know what you are seeing with your working man eyes. You are a poor without the multiple degrees in things that are very important. And so, and now that's over. Because now even the Department of Education, it's like, and then the beauty is now the people gushing, the people who used to be in the government talking about, like, just laughing at their former co-workers. Like, you lazy sons of bitches. I've been telling people for years about you pieces of shit. How you're sitting around doing nothing all fucking day. Just fucking around on salary. And it's impossible to fire you. Unless heaven and earth were shaken. And there comes along Donald Trump, and now holy shit. And now comes the whole thing of, oh damn, people who probably are going to have, it's already been said that that there's nonprofits trying to figure out how to save the whole hustle. They're trying to keep that money coming in forever. And they're like, no, we're going to just make it impossible for you guys to do anything, because we deserve a free job. we got degrees, motherfucker. And the best part, I loved when at some point that this kind of thing, or that, educated, so educated, and then when you pop back at them, you mean like Goebbels? So educated like Hitler? So educated like, because that was one of the key things about the Third Reich, is it was at the top were people with like no less than 2 degrees from major universities in Europe. Yeah. So this whole argument about I love, yeah. What you need to do is get educated a little, because you're not educated about that. Oh yeah, how's that education helping you now? Oh no, I'm winning. Oh no, and so winning that this is like permanent damage to this is permanent. Like, this is undoing a department that is not going to come back. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty freaking awesome. And we know it hurts you. We're seeing you post on social media. We know how much you feared this. Too many of us had been liberals before. We knew you needed this. We know you need this weird, like, sort of army of people working on do-goodery, and that there's just this endless fountain of money that you guys can keep going back to. But now you're starting to see, oh no, not only do people... So if we're unpopular in this regard, it would sort of mean people think that we're, one, possibly incompetent, two, we're just flat out liars that burn money, three, you see, because the competency thing then that has all kinds of issues, there's all kinds of stuff with that. Like, why would people vote so much against you, thinking possibly you're incompetent? So is it you're stupid? Are you just inherently bad at doing anything worthwhile? Like, I mean, that there's that. Or you're corrupt. You're somebody who's trying to get paid with a government job. It's really sweet. You don't have to show up. It's like the mob, or something. And is that what people think? Because so many people voted against you. And you're so unpopular. See, once it's this thing of that it might be something as low as vanity, that what drives the Democrats is literally like attention-seeking, melodramatic, whoa, holy shit, damn. Attention-seeking, melodramatic people that really kind of are they're inherently just not very good with their money. Another thing that is a real bizarre that you kind of, there was, like, it really threw me off. This idea of how COVID was dealt with by the left. There's a lot of things about that I could imagine. This idea of like, okay, so this is what with data or not. Okay, so now the reopening time happens. What are they going to do to make it happen and make it great, and that nobody's going to leave? But yet they compounded on policies that made people leave paradise. How amazingly unpopular could that be? How, like, if the whole idea is you get power through the popularity of your ideas and beliefs and kind of who you are, how did you force people to leave paradise to the point that you're ruined now? Like, Oakland is ruined. They're now in they're New Detroit. Oh, everything about Oakland is now reading like a kind of a New Detroit history. Like that they'll never get out of this. They'll never get out of this debt. That even when they're in tremendous amounts of debt, people try to stop the insane sideshows on their street by pouring concrete themselves and paying for it, and putting things out with speed bumps and different things. And that the city, what did the city do? They know, we don't stop sideshows. Get these things out of the street. Destroyed it all. Amazing. And so at this point, it's like, who are you going to convince that is it a competency thing? But then it comes to this part where you're like, if it's vanity, and so the only reason why you want power is just because you really are just playing out vain, because your ideas are so terrible and unpopular. So, are you just evil? That's what starts to become the big thing. And then you're a party that's that if only women voted, the Democrats would always win. So what then? This is where you got to know about this. Nasty saying about the sexual revolution. What the sexual revolution was really about was so that ugly people could have, like feminism was so that ugly women could get the vote. The sexual revolution, so ugly people could dominate society. So now you have this issue of gigantically disgusting fat women wearing almost no clothing, always trying to show off their giant, disgusting fat bodies. Like, oh, I accept my body, and blah, blah, blah. And, and women are, yeah, you go, girl, and this, that. And so what really the issue has come down to is that now that men have exited the field to a great extent, young, good-looking men, and that women know this. Women write about it. Women are commenting on this all the time. And that they know what the deal is. The beautiful women who want the MRS degree, they understand they're going to have to say certain words, such as, fat women are ugly. I think fat girls are ugly. Or this or that woman who's clearly ugly, I think she's ugly. Not even that she has some nasty snap that you're like, damn, that was ill. No, I just think she's ugly. Oh my God, the girl that they had for Ellie in Last of Us, like, she's just ugly. Why have such an ugly woman? Like, who are they fooling? And then she's supposedly some jiu-jitsu expert or something. This is just ridiculous. She's just hideous looking. She looks kind of retarded, Boom. She looks like she might be retarded. She's so ugly. Because she does. It doesn't matter if that is offensive or something. Women are going to have to start being, open about this, because men have no idea. Are you totally out of your fucking mind? You agree with the Democratic Party. Okay, so is there anything running through your fucking head that's not wacko? Well, this bitch is ugly, and now, black women are making it real clear, whatever you do not breed with black women. Oh yeah, sometimes you just need to stab people. You need to understand why women a girl be doing and you're just like, oh God, this is so painful. My kid is going to talk like this. No, don't breed with that. No, what's more important now for so many men, none of you get what we are. If I crush your kind forever, you wackos, you communists, it doesn't matter if I had children. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if anybody remembers me or not. That's the beauty. Men don't think that way. Once you are ennobled, you're ennobled by the understanding of wisdom. You get it. You're like, no, one of the finest things. Base your dharma on the never-ending thought of death. Base your death on a simple life. And then base your life on a forgotten, empty warren. some admonishment to monks by the Tibetans. It's better than nobody even knows you exist. Well, now you can't be vain. The only reason why you're disciplined, the only reason you're going on is because you just are. You're going to understand things. Only you will understand them. See, and when the perfection of Christ shows us, that it's like, no. This understanding has a reason. There is a source. And your understanding reflects the glory of that source back upon it. You see the Hikari, I believe, is one of the these various forms of light that the Zen discuss. Even the monks, the Christian monks, talk about the human mind. There's a light, and it draws the demons like moths. And one of the key things that they play on is vanity. And the demons play on vanity. Because it's such an easy gateway. The eyes. Because the eyes are passive. The mouth can spit things out. Words. You can hear your words and say, no, that didn't sound right. I don't know if I read that someplace. It just came to me. The eyes, the ears even, there's kind of a way, you can shut the eyes. The ears, you can kind of ignore things. You gotta kind of think about some of the things you're hearing through the ears. Eyes are very passive. And so the idea with vanity is really that when you look at a lot of these people who are there, they're doing all this outrageous, they're protesting this and protesting that. Note that what this looks like is extremely bad performative art. I mean, it's like really bad performance art. Which then there's that. Why is performative art now so bad? Why is everything so terrible? Why is art so terrible now? And why are these people who are these kind of performance art protesters, it's just that what they do, you look at it and you're like, this is just shitty. This isn't even like, I'm not even sitting back like in awe and wonder of your protestations. I'm sitting here just going, this looks so scuffed. This is so lame and shitty. Like especially Portland. God, it just looks so lame and shitty. So scuffed. And it's just one of those things. It's just that it's very unpopular. People, there's a huge portion of people that they don't want to be a part of that. And then there's the ugly girls the sexual revolution giving this opportunity for ugly girls to dominate pretty girls and interesting and desirable women through kind of lots of lesbian jokes and stuff, and like constantly that kind of humor and stuff. It was just something I was hearing a woman discuss of, was it when there was people who would do things like cuddle parties and stuff, and that how uncomfortable she felt. But she felt like she had to go along with it. And she's like, no, it really, that's really a part of that kind of part of the culture. Like you kind of have to go along with that. And it was an interesting way that she put that, because I was like so that's kind of the way that women are in that regard. Because I've seen this many, many times. And so, yeah, it's just one of these things. Some stuff I was mulling over. In the intense heat here in Oregon right now. We got, I think we're topping out in the 90s right now, going down to the balmy 80s tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon.